Hello. Today I kind of want to talk to you about stress. And specifically, in today's world, we're running, constantly, and we're under a lot of stress. And it's really important that we understand stress and what we can do to kind of minimize the stress so that it doesn't cause health problems. But specifically, I kind of want to talk to you today about uh, stress in relationship to your brain or your mind, and what are some things you can do to kind of recharge your mind. So when we talk about physical health, we're often talking about your body in general, like nutrition, things like that. But we often neglect our brain, and there's some things we can do to really kind of recharge our mind. So when you get up, basically from the minute your feet hit the floor till your head hits the pillow at night, you're constantly just kind of doing things, and your brain is constantly active during this. And it's really important that you actually take time to really recharge your brain. So what I want to talk to you today is really some things you can do to really kind of recharge your mind. They're simple things to do, but they're very effective. And the first thing you can do is really get the right amount of sleep. So I know I've talked about sleep in the past, but a rested brain is a recharged brain. And so the goal really should be to get a good night's sleep. And that's really kind of between 7 to 9 hours of sleep. And really, if you're getting less than six, you're probably going to find that your decision making skills are off, things like that. So the first thing you need to do is really focus on getting the right amount of sleep. The next thing you can do to really recharge your mind is exercise. So, while we often will do physical exercise to strengthen our body, what happens during this is there are certain endorphins that are released during exercise that really affect your mind too. It helps to improve your mind's sharpness and really kind of creates a positive outlook when you exercise. So, exercising is something that, while it's good for your body, it's also good for your mind. Another thing that's good for your mind is eating healthy. And what I mean by that is think about kind of that sugar crash you get after you eat kind of ice cream or things like that. These aren't really good for your body, but they're not good for your mind either. So it's important that you're giving your body the right foods, but also your mind needs the right foods. So eating healthy is one of those things that helps kind of recharge your mind. Another thing is really just take a moment for meditation. Now, I've talked a little bit about meditation in the past, but really meditation will calm your mind because it causes you to slow down and really focus. You're going to kind of find that your stress in life can really cause your mind to just kind of be jumping from one thing to another thing. So if you can just take some moments and just meditate and practice meditation. Now, if you've never done meditation, you'll find that your mind seems to be racing during this, and that's okay. There are different meditation classes and courses you can take, but the important thing is if you make moments for this meditation and work on it, it's really going to help kind of empower you and really energize your mind. Another thing is really journaling. And what I mean by that is get these thoughts out of your head. So often we're kind of clutter our mind with lots of thoughts of things we need to do, things we want to do, or different things we're thinking about. And it just kind of becomes kind of a jumbled mess in your brain. And really, if you just kind of sit down and journal and just write these things out, and it's going to help kind of declutter your brain, and it's going to help you kind of recharge your brain. Another thing that helps recharge your brain is learning a new skill. Your mind really likes to learn things and learn new things. So your brain kind of gets bored with kind of the same daily routine. So really, you can learn new skills, whether it's just memorizing a poem or working on a crossword puzzle. These are simple things, but it really is building kind of that memory muscle, and it's really going to make your mind much more happy and recharged. Next thing, and probably is one of the biggest thing in today's world, is basically really go on a technology fast. So, we're overwhelmed with our kind of instantly connected to the world, social media, things like that. And all these things can really affect us emotionally and really kind of overstimulate the brain. So, uh, I'd recommend you just take basically a technology fast and take a time where you kind of give your mind the gift of not surfing Facebook or scrolling through whatever social media, but really just set the technology down and just let your mind kind of think for a little bit. That's going to really help you kind of recharge your mind. Another thing you can do is really just take yourself back to childhood. Think of the times when you were young, when you really just found like immense enjoyment, such as just sitting on a floor, coloring, in a book, whether it be a race car or a bird or something like that. But really, with each crown stroke, you're really kind of releasing that creativity, which also is releasing the stress. And so, really, think back to the things you enjoyed, the simpler things in life, and maybe embrace some of those things and do some of those things in your daily life to kind of give your mind that mental break, but also that time to recharge. Another thing you can do is really call some loved ones or a friend. Uh, Really, sometimes recharging comes from really in the form of just chatting with a good friend, talking about things that are happening in your life and really kind of just decompressing. Really can help you kind of recharge your mind. It might even give you some inspiration for some problems or challenges you may be trying to solve. But really, just taking time to talk to loved ones or friends is something that can really recharge your mind. So, what are some action steps you can take today? Well, the first thing I would say is start with your physical health. If you're not getting enough sleep, I'm going to challenge you to kind of build habits of getting at least 7 hours of sleep. So, you may actually have to set an alarm to remind yourself to go to bed. So, you're going to bed on time versus staying up late and then realizing that you're not going to get much sleep. The next kind of fast action step would, like I said, would be just start writing. You don't have to worry about your grammar or anything like that, but really kind of doing this data dump from your brain and journaling really is going to help you decompress your mind, get those tasks, those thoughts that are kind of cluttering your mind out, and really help kind of recharge your mind. The final action step I would encourage you to do is, like I said already, is just call some loved ones. They most likely would love to hear from you, and really, it gives you the opportunity to chat about your favorite memories. You're going to laugh, you're going to enjoy. It's going to build a greater bond, and really helps you declutter and decompress and recharge your mind. So, it's important, in today's fast-paced world that we worry about our physical health, but also our mental health is extremely important. So, take time, let your brain recharge, and really learn to enjoy the day. So hopefully this is some information that you'll find useful. And again, if there's anything we can do for you, just let us know. Thank you.